Hi students, in this video lecture I am going to cover DNA topoisomerase inhibitors. DNA topoisomerase inhibitors. In my last class I tried to make you understand about DNA binding and nicking agents. DNA binding and nicking agents. In that case, so I have given tinidazole and metronidazole and dimetrodazole as examples, and they act as antimicrobial agents through the mechanism of nitro group reduction at 5th position. Okay, so the basic moiety in three of the molecules are 2-methyl 5-nitroimidazole. Okay, so 5-nitroimidazole moiety plays very important role in the mechanism, as you've seen in my previous class. Thus that nitro group reducted to NH2 in that mechanism. Okay, so it takes electrons from DNA, so that the DNA becomes abnormal, strained, and to remove that strain or to release from that strain, DNA cuts that chain. Okay, and like thymidine phosphate will be released or will be cutted from the DNA chain. So because of that, DNA becomes abnormal and stops the replication and transcription processes, so that finally cell death occurs. Okay, so that was the mechanism in yesterday's class. In today's class I am going to explain you some interesting drug molecules which you come across in your medications. Okay, so in your medications like ciprofloxacin, ofloxacin, so they are very familiar nowadays, and also from so many days. Okay, so they act as very good antibiotics, right? So DNA topoisomerase inhibitors. So I would like to define you what is DNA topoisomerase inhibitors. This topoisomerase is an enzyme. Okay, an enzyme. Isomerase is an enzyme exist or present in the nucleus. Okay, in the nucleus. Okay, and it participates in the nuclear reactions. Okay, it participates, or it helps to maintain DNA topology. Okay, topology means three-dimensional structure of DNA. Okay, 3D structure of DNA. Okay, 3D structure of DNA, maintenance of 3D structure of DNA. Topoisomerase is an enzyme present in the nucleus, and it helps to maintain DNA topology. That means three-dimensional structure of DNA. Okay, so so that is the function of DNA topoisomerase. Okay, so what is inhibitor? Inhibitor is a chemical compound or the drug which stops which decrease the function of this specific enzyme topoisomerase. Okay, so overall I want to define your DNA topoisomerase inhibitors means the drugs. So the drugs which are block, or the drugs which are block, the drugs which are block or stops the activity or function of topoisomerase enzyme are called DNA topoisomerase inhibitors. Okay, the drugs which are block or stops the activity or function of topoisomerase enzyme are called DNA topoisomerase inhibitors. Okay, so what are the drugs which can stop the function of topoisomerase enzyme activity? Okay, so as I said, as I give you information that topoisomerase present in the nucleus, so it participates in the nuclear reactions. Especially topoisomerase helps to maintain the DNA topology, that means three-dimensional structure. If any wrong things or if any wrong things happen in DNA structure, so topoisomerase will repair that, will set the problems in DNA three-dimensional structure. Okay, that's what I mean about DNA topoisomerase. Inhibitors are nothing but the drugs which are synthesized to inhibit the function of topoisomerase, DNA topoisomerase. Okay, so here in DNA, in nucleus, two enzymes are there. Okay, two enzymes are there in the nucleus for DNA maintenance, topology maintenance. One is topoisomerase 1 enzyme, and the second one is topoisomerase 2, or this is also called DNA gyrase. Okay, DNA gyrase, the name of this enzyme, DNA gyrase. Okay, so these are the two enzymes responsible or play important role in the maintenance of DNA three-dimensional structure or topology. Okay, any unwanted thing occurs or any irregularities are there in DNA three-dimensional structure during the replication, transcription and recombination processes, these two enzymes take care of that problems, and they can solve those problems and maintain DNA structure, three-dimensional structure in the very well. Okay, so that is the function of topoisomerase. Okay, they present in the nucleus and they participate in the nuclear reactions. Okay, so inhibitors. So I want to explain some more thing about how these inhibitors act as decrease the function of topoisomerase. Okay, so as you know, so this is the structure of DNA. This is the structure of DNA. Okay, so like this, in this DNA, double-stranded DNA composed of bases and sugar and phosphate moieties. Okay, so during the replication or transcription processes or recombination processes, okay, so any unwinding or overwinding, knotting, any strains. Okay, so these are the problems occur during the replication and transcription and recombination processes. Okay, unwinding, overwinding and knotting are some strains present in the DNA. So that makes DNA molecule is unstable or abnormal. So to reduce or to solve these problems, topoisomerase plays important role. Okay, so during these processes, any unwinding or overwinding, okay, or knotting, okay, so this is the topoisomerase enzyme, topoisomerase enzyme, and this is DNA, double stranded DNA. Okay, and so here when the problem arises due to unwinding or overwinding and knotting, okay, this topoisomerase immediately goes there and solve the problem by cutting that DNA and resealing the DNA by relieving strain or unwinding or overwinding and knotting problems. Okay, so what is the role of inhibitors in this context? What is the role of inhibitor? Okay, so during this process, that process means replication or transcription or recombination. Okay, this is the drugs which come and insert in between the DNA chain. Okay, so this is the drug come and occupy the place in between these. This is the inhibitor or drug molecule. Okay, so if you understand this picture, everything it is easy for you to remember. Okay, so during the replication, transcription and recombination processes, okay, if any overwinding of the DNA strands or unwinding of the DNA strands or knotting means knotting and strains. Okay, you know about knotting. Okay, so overwinding means it overwinds the chains. Unwinding means it is not proper winding. Okay, so during that problems, this topoisomerase will come and try to set that problem to break the DNA chain and reseal the DNA chain so that the DNA structure will be maintained properly. But when inhibitor comes and occupy this place in between, okay, and it stops that repair of this topoisomerase enzyme. Okay, it stops the repair of DNA three-dimensional structure problems. Okay, like unwinding, overwinding or knotting and strains. Okay, so it stops the function of topoisomerase enzyme so that the DNA three-dimensional structure will not maintain properly, and the replication, transcription and recombination processes will be stopped or will not be occur properly. Therefore, the cell death occurs, the bacteria will die. Okay, so this is called, these three compounds are like inhibitor or drug molecule, and this is the topoisomerase enzyme, and this is DNA. So this is called ternary complex. Okay, ternary complex, ternary or tertiary complex, because three of them form like a complex, therefore it is called ternary complex. Okay, so this is the thing happens in the DNA repair. Okay, so topoisomerase responsible to set the problems of DNA like unwinding, overwinding, and knotting and strains, and at that moment the inhibitor or the drug molecule slip in between the DNA chain, and it stopped the topoisomerase enzyme activity. So that means with this inhibitor, topoisomerase is unable to repair the DNA to three-dimensional structure problems. So ultimately the DNA will become abnormal, and it will die. It will die. Okay, the bacteria will die. So this is the concept behind this DNA isomerase inhibitors. Okay, so what are the compounds which acts as DNA inhibitors? Okay, so generally examples I would like to give you is quinolone derivatives. Quinolone derivatives act as DNA topoisomerase inhibitors. Quinolone derivatives. What is the structure of quinolone? So this is the structure of quinolone. So this is the structure of quinolone. Okay, this is the basic moiety or a basic skeleton structure. Okay, in quinolone compounds. So quinolone or derivatives means there are examples of quinolone or derivatives are norfloxacin, ciprofloxacin, and lomefloxacin, and ofloxacin. So these are the examples. I am going to give you the structures and synthesis and mechanism of action of them in this class. So listen carefully till the end of this class. Okay, so what are the examples? Norfloxacin, ciprofloxacin, and lomefloxacin, and ofloxacin. So what is the in four of the compounds, the basic skeleton structure is this one, quinolone. Okay, so so for norfloxacin, here ethyl substitution is there, here carboxylic acid, and at this position fluorine, and at this position piperazine ring. Okay, piperazine ring is there. Okay, so this is the structure of norfloxacin. Okay, so if I give numbering for this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so that means on at first position on nitrogen, ethyl substitution is there. At third position carboxylic group. At sixth position fluorine. At seventh position piperazine ring. Okay, so in the case of ciprofloxacin, the only difference between norfloxacin and ciprofloxacin, here it is cyclopropyl ring. Okay, so this is the ciprofloxacin structure. The only this N substitution is the difference in between norfloxacin and ciprofloxacin. Okay, and what about lomefloxacin and ofloxacin? Okay, so here in the case of here is the cyclized and CH3. So this is ofloxacin. This is ofloxacin structure. Okay, and what about lomefloxacin? In the case of lomefloxacin, here another fluorine, and here also some group is there, and here C2H5, and COOMe and CH3, like this. So this is lomefloxacin. Okay, so these are the 4 compounds or drugs act as DNA isomerase inhibitors: norfloxacin, ciprofloxacin, lomefloxacin and ofloxacin. Among these 3, the only difference is N substitution. In the case of norfloxacin, it is ethyl substitution. In the case of ciprofloxacin, it is cyclopropyl ring, and in the case of ofloxacin, here the cyclized ring, another cyclized ring in between these. Okay, and lomefloxacin is like this. Okay, so these are the chemical structures of quinolone derivatives of these drugs. Okay, in those 4 drugs, the basic skeleton structure is quinolone. Therefore, DNA topoisomerase inhibitors, the best example, quinolone derivatives. Okay, what are the quinolone derivatives? Norfloxacin, ciprofloxacin and lomefloxacin and ofloxacin. Okay, so I'll try to give you the synthesis of one of the compounds, so that everything is related to that. And first NH2 with fluorine and chlorine. Okay, so chlorofluoroaniline. If you react the starting materials with sodium nitrite and H2SO4, this reagent works as oxidizing agent. That means it converts into azide. Okay, here. And the second reagent you have to use is copper chloride. So because of copper chloride, it will convert it to Cl. Okay, it will convert it to Cl. And the third reagent we can use is CH3COCl. Okay, and AlCl3. So with these reagents, you will get the product of this one. Okay, you will get the product of this one, fluorine and chlorine, and here Cl, and here acylation will take place. Okay, next step, by using sodium methoxide, strong base, and acetic anhydride, you will get this product. Okay, Cl and C double bond O. So here acylation takes place. Okay, and then in the next step you can react with this OET3 and base. Okay, so what happens with that reagent? What kind of reaction takes place? Fluorine, chlorine, and so here CHOET, like this, chlorine. Okay, in the next step we can substitute this one with the ethylamine and base. What happens? That will be replaced, and fluorine and chlorine, and here double bond O, and C N H C2H5 Cl. Okay, so in the next step what happened? This hydrogen and this chlorine, removal of HCl in the presence of base. Okay, it cyclizes and gives the cyclized product, C2H5, and here fluorine and chlorine here. So this one. Okay, this one. In the next step what we can do, you can substitute this chlorine with piperazine ring. Okay, protected piperazine ring with ester COOMe, and here NH. Okay, and in the presence of base what happens? This cyclizes coupled with that and gives you this product, so C2H5, and here piperazine ring will substituted here COOMe, fluorine. In the final step what happens? In the final step, if you react this with 60% HNO3 nitric acid, this deprotection, and this is converted to acid, keto group converted to acid. Okay, nitrogen, COOH, C double bond O, and here piperazine ring H, and here chlorine, and here C2H5. So this is the norfloxacin. Okay, this is the norfloxacin. This is the final molecule. Okay, so this is the synthesis of DNA topoisomerase inhibitors, like quinolone derivatives. Okay, so if you want to synthesize ciprofloxacin, you can take here cyclopropylamine. Instead of ethylamine, you can take cyclopropylamine, so that you will get cyclopropyl ring here, and finally cyclopropyl ring will be there, and that is ciprofloxacin, and ofloxacin and lomefloxacin. So according to the substitutions, you can take the starting material, and also you can take the amine here. So if you take the suitable starting material and amine and piperazine ring, you will get the related product. It may be norfloxacin if you want to synthesize the ciprofloxacin, and if you want to synthesize the ofloxacin, if you want to synthesize the lomefloxacin. Okay, so based on the target moiety, you can choose the starting material, this amine and this piperazine ring. Okay, so these are the common steps in all of them synthesis. Okay, so okay, this is about the synthesis of quinolone derivatives. Okay, so based on the target molecule, you can choose starting material, and you can change this amine, and you can also change this piperazine moiety. Based on the target molecule, you can synthesize the norfloxacin, ciprofloxacin, lomefloxacin and ofloxacin. Okay, so this is about the synthesis of quinolone derivatives. Okay, quinolone derivatives. So next, I'll try to give you the mechanism of action. Mechanism of action. Okay, mechanism of action. Mechanism of action of DNA topoisomerase inhibitors. DNA topoisomerase inhibitors. Okay, so what is the mechanism of action? Generally, DNA during the replication, okay, DNA replication or in transcription and recombination. Okay, recombination. So these are the processes takes place in DNA during this time. What happens? Some problem arises, like overwinding, unwinding, knotting. Okay, so these are the problems arises during the replication and transcription and recombination. Okay, so these are the problems: overwinding, unwinding and knotting. Okay, so when this problem arises, topoisomerase 2 enzyme repairs, okay, and set the problem like cutting and resealing of DNA strands. Okay, so DNA replication, transcription and recombination processes takes place at DNA. Okay, during these processes, these are the problems arises: overwinding of DNA strands or unwinding of DNA strands and knotting of DNA strands. Okay, so if these kind of problems arises, okay, that DNA will become abnormal. Okay, the DNA will become strained. Okay, strained molecule. Okay, to release that strain and to relax that strand, topoisomerase 2 plays an important role. Okay, it repairs and set the problem like it cuts the chain and remove that overwinding or unwinding or knotting, and it reseal the strands. Okay, cut that strand and reseal that strand. Okay, so that is the function of topoisomerase 2 enzyme. Okay, so these DNA topoisomerase inhibitors will come and insert in between DNA strands at that place and forms binding to the DNA and topoisomerase 2 enzyme. Like so I'll give you structure activity relationships of quinolone derivatives like this. Okay, here it is R, this is COOH, and here double bond, and here fluorine, and here piperazine ring. Okay, so in the mechanism of action, this part, in the middle part, this middle part bind to the DNA. Okay, bind to the DNA through hydrogen bonding or hydrophobic interactions, that part. And this carboxylic acid and these fluorine and piperazine rings, this fluorine and piperazine ring, these three substitutions forms bonds with topoisomerase 2 enzyme. Okay, forms bonds with topoisomerase 2 enzyme. Okay, so because of these interactions, chemical interactions, it bind to the DNA and also bind to the topoisomerase enzyme. Due to this reason, that tertiary complex or ternary complex stabilizes and the repairing process stops. So that's why the DNA becomes strained and abnormal, and replication, transcription and recombination processes will be stopped and lead to the cell death or bacterial death. Okay, so that's what happened. So because of these DNA topoisomerase inhibitors. Okay, so what are the uses of these inhibitors? It can be the uses of DNA topoisomerase inhibitors like norploxacin, ciprofloxacin, lumeplaxacin and ofloxacin. Okay, so these can be used in the treatment of bacterial infections and it is also used in the intestinal infections. Okay, and it is also used in the urinary tract infections. Okay, so they are also used in the soft tissue infections, and also STD, sexually transmitted diseases. Okay, also these drugs will be used. Okay, and bronchitis, in these problems also these drugs can be used in bronchitis. And tuberculosis also treated with these drugs. Okay, and sometimes infections at bones, joints, okay, soft tissues will be treated with these drugs. Okay, so these are the generally these kind of problems can be treated with DNA topoisomerase inhibitors. Okay, DNA topoisomerase inhibitors. Okay, so they can be available, these drugs are available orally available, that means in the form of tablets they are available, and also in injection form also available. Okay, in injection form also they are available to provide the treatment for these kind of problems. Okay, DNA topoisomerase inhibitors can be useful in the treatment of bacterial infections, so they act as antibiotics. Okay, ciprofloxacin is one of the best antibiotic. Okay, ofloxacin also, so, and sometimes the combination of drugs also treated to cure so many these kind of diseases. Okay, so bacterial infections, intestinal infections, urinary tract infections, soft tissue infections, sexually transmitted diseases and bronchitis and tuberculosis, and infections in bones, joints and soft tissues. So these kinds of diseases or problems can be treated with DNA topoisomerase inhibitors. Okay, they are available orally in the tablet form or in the injection form also. Okay, so this is the important information about the synthesis and the mechanism of action of quinolone derivatives, which act as DNA topoisomerase inhibitors. Okay, I hope you understood everything very well, and if you have any doubts, and if you have any clarifications, if you need any clarifications, you can post your doubts and clarifications in the comment box, so that I can address them. Okay, whenever I saw your response. Okay, and also if you like this video lecture, you can click on the like button. Okay, and also you can place your valuable feedback about this class. Okay, that gives us a lot of encouragement and also make me to prepare very effective video lectures for future. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.